Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the den. I am Rob. I appreciate you hitting that plane, coming over here to hang out with me, man. Today, we'll be talking about the film Dead Man's Wire. Went and saw that in theaters. Actually, got to do another double feature in theaters. So excited, man. January. Holy crap. Was not expecting this to happen at all, but I've been to the movie theater a lot already in January, and a lot of it's been double features, man, which is so cool. I love doing a double feature in the theaters. Talked about it the last review I put out here. I just love being able to do that, man, to go to the movie theater, do two movies back to back. Timing it up and all that is a bit of a work, but you can make it work. If you know, if you've been to the movie theaters enough, you can make it work. You're like, okay, we're getting here. This show, it's saying it starts this time, but we know there's like 25, 30 minutes of preview. So do some math, make it work. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about the film Dead Man's Wire here on this one. So let's go ahead and throw that poster up real quick for you. I give you some details. There you go. There you see all your awesome stars. There you go. Dead Man's Wire, Bill Skarsgård, Dacre Montgomery, Carrie Elways. Uh, I suck with names. That Mahala, Coleman Domingo, and Al Pacino is in this freaking thing, man. All right, Dead Man's Wire, like I said, released over the weekend in theaters. It is running in at 1 hour, 45 minutes, rated R for language throughout, and is classified as a crime drama movie. Again, this movie is based on a true story, took place in 1977. We'll go from there, man. So, 1977, first thing to talk about, they do a fantastic job with this movie, making it look like you're in the 70s while watching this, from the style to the cars and things going around in the background, all of that stuff. Uh, the entertainment of the time, radio DJ, talk show host. I know we got that today, but it was much bigger back then. And the way the screen effect is. It makes you look like something that was made in the 70s by all means, which is great. It's fantastic. And I'm glad they did that, man. They put you more in the element, especially in a movie like this that is a crime drama film. You want to be pulled into that element and pulled into what they're going to be showcasing here for the movie, man. So this movie came across my radar because I am a fan of one of the actors. I'm a fan of many of the actors in this movie, but primarily I'm a fan of one Dacre Montgomery. And I follow Dacre on Instagram, and he posted about the movie and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna go see it for Dacre, man. I'm a fan of his. I've been a fan of his for a while. The majority of you, I mean, you might be super, into cinephiles and all that stuff, and you might know more about Dacre than other people. But the majority of people do know Dacre as Billy from Stranger Things. I first found out, or first time I saw Dacre in something was the Power Rangers 2017 film. He played the Red Ranger, of course. If you know, you know. Um, and then, of course, I saw him in Stranger Things. He was in the Elvis film. So he's been in a lot of the stuff I've liked, and I just like him. I think he's a great actor. And one of the cool things about Dacre that you can find online on YouTube is they put up his audition tape for Stranger Things for when he was playing Billy. That thing's on there. You can just see the powerhouse of an actor he is. You can see it through his work, obviously, but seeing that audition, the raw audition and stuff like that, so freaking good, man. So he easily became one of my favorite actors because, again, he's in a lot of the stuff I pay attention to, and I like the way he acts, and I think he does a great job as a performer. So I was obviously going to see this movie because he was in it. Then you start seeing, oh, Bill Skarsgård, freaking Coleman Domingo's in this thing. Carrie Elways. I've been watching stuff Carrie Elways in it forever. Days of Thunder, freaking Robin Hood Men in Tights. He was also in Stranger Things, man. So Carrie Elways saw, right? Carrie Elways always been around, man. And then freaking Al Pacino, classically awesome freaking actor throughout history. You know Al Pacino. Come on, we all know Al Pacino. Like, even if you don't fully watch a lot of movies, you know Al Pacino, man. You've heard that name for sure. So amazing cast is what I'm getting at here. Is the cast is incredible throughout this movie. They all play a great job throughout the movie. I'm sorry if I messed up the other person's name there. I apologize, but everybody in this movie does a really good job. Like, they're providing and purveying exactly what they need to do in this movie. And they're portraying it in a great way, and they're making it all work and all that stuff, man. Story again based on a actual event that happened in 1977. I was not alive in 1977, so I did not know anything about this. Um, and I still didn't look into it going into the movie. I don't really read synopsis going into the movie. I get the idea from watching trailers, and I didn't want to look up the true story or anything like that because I wanted to see how it prevailed and played out throughout the movie and all that good stuff. Um, and then they do like a lot of true story Hollywood stuff. Well, they give you the most of the story, and then they'll like Hollywood it up or something like that, if you will. I haven't fully looked into it. Again, haven't fully looked into the story even after seeing the movie, and I haven't looked into what Hollywood has done to add into the movie aspects and all that stuff. But based on what I've seen, it seems pretty accurate. Well, don't hold me to that. I don't know. Again, I haven't done full research into it. um, but it is again based on a true story, which I know a lot of us when we see based on a true story with a movie, we always kind of do the thing. Is it? Is it really? Especially if you watch a lot of movies. Is it really? And it was funny when I was watching this movie, I saw that pop up. I'm like, hmm, is it? Because I think we all had that effect of maybe it's just when you grow up, but I think we all remember seeing the Blair Witch Project, and the Blair Witch Project was, promoted and marketed as true story based on true events. Like this is the true story that you're watching here play out and all that stuff. Obviously, it wasn't right. And since then, I feel like we've all had that kind of, eyebrow raised when we see based on a true story. When it says inspired by a true story, like okay, cool. When it says based on a true story, we're like, you know, it's another one of those things that you got really got to juggle around with and try to figure out if it's, anyways. So going into it is like, okay, so this is we're dealing with like a grounded reality in a way because okay, this is something that happened in real life and all that stuff. It's a crazy freaking story. Like I think it's a relatable story for some people who have um got a loan and feel like you're being screwed over by said loan company. And then this person takes it to the extreme. Bill Skarsgård's character takes it to the extreme to where he kidnaps. I'm talking about stuff that's in the trailer, so we're not spoiling anything here. If you haven't seen the trailer, though, sorry. But I feel like that's fair to talk about. Sorry. Um, but he kidnaps the loan office's son and is holding him in a dead man's wire, which I didn't know anything about. I didn't know that was a freaking thing. Like I don't know anything about any of that stuff. But let alone the fact that there's something called a dead man's wire where the I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this stuff on YouTube, so hopefully I don't get in trouble, but where the weapon that should be fine. I don't know. Where the weapon is attached to the person's neck, and if a certain slip happens or something like that, weapon goes bang bang, right? I think that's okay to say here. I don't know. I don't know. But that is something that's just insane to me. And again, something I didn't know exactly existed. But that's what we're dealing with here. And throughout this movie, Bill Skarsgård's character is wanting his payback for what he's gone through with this company. He's wanting his respect for being dealt with that way, and he wants an apology from the owner of the said place that he felt did him wrong and all that stuff. So again, it is relatable to a lot of people who've gone through loans and feel like they're being screwed over with like interest payments and interest amounts and rates and all that stuff. The fine prints and the little stuff they put out here and all that stuff. If you know, and all that. Um, but very dramatic, very crime, obviously, very entertaining. Bill Skarsgård, again, we're dealing with a lot of fantastically entertaining and great performers in this movie. Bill Skarsgård character, freaking crazed man, obviously, from what he's doing, but he's still trying to be like funny in a way, and he's just kind of these quirks to the character and all that stuff that play out throughout the movie. It's so funny to call it a character because again, it's based on a true person, but I don't know the full aspects because I haven't fully watched it. Um, or looked up the details and all that stuff. But he's doing all this stuff, and then Coleman Domingo is playing a radio DJ, so he's obviously got a huge personality, as you expect with radio DJs and all that stuff. So he's got that huge personality out there, and he's got a cool character and everything. So you get your fun entertainment in there, but you get your suspense and drama with what's going on because if you don't know the story going in, like myself, you're like, how does this go? Because this is very tough. This is very dramatic. This is very scary. This is a very tense situation throughout it. How's it all going to unfold? And you're watching throughout the movie to see how it goes and seeing how bits and pieces are playing out and how things go with what Bill Skarsgård's character is wanting in this movie and trying to run into some errors and issues here and there. And is he going to just flip off and go off during this and all that stuff? And you're worried about Dacre's character who's stuck in this situation and all that. But at the same time, Dacre's character works for the loan company. You're like, do we like you or not? Or I mean, sucks what's happening to you right now, but you're also, did you screw him over and all that kind of stuff? So again, talking around myself, not spoiling anything. So you're playing with all those emotions and all those characters throughout the whole film and all that stuff, and driving it with this suspense throughout it. Intention of it is figuring out what's going to happen and all that. So Very entertaining, very suspenseful movie. By all means, I'm glad I did go see it in theaters and all that. Really enjoyed this movie. Like, it is worth your time to go check out and see as well. I know a lot of people at this point in time go to movie theaters just for like big name films or big box office blockbustery bomb fireworks going off kind of films and all that stuff. But it's good to still go to a movie theater and see movies like this and support, cinema like this to keep, the world of, creating open to all kinds of aspects, not just comic book movies, which I enjoy. I do enjoy me a good comic book movie and all that stuff. But we got to keep it, open to all genres of film. And I think this movie is very much a good movie worth you going to see and spend your time watching, man. So I liked Dead Man's Wire a good bit. If you saw it over the weekend, I think it actually came out last week. I don't know, but it's in theaters. It's playing in theaters right now, and it is very enjoyable. It's worth your time, man. So there you go. That's one of the two movies I saw. I will have a review out later this week for the other film I saw, which was Return to Silent Hill. We're going to talk about that movie. So be on the lookout for that review to be out here on the YouTube soon, man. But that is about it. I like to always end this show by reminding you that you matter. You're capable of great things, man. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, give yourself some peace. I know it's tough. The world is insane right now. It's very sad and scary. But let's just try to put peace and love out there and remember to give yourself some time to, you know, it's weird to say, like, the world is in such a weird place right now, but just try to get out there and do right and be good. Love still exists. Love is still something to put out there. Put out love, put out hope out there. Believe in hope and believe in yourself. Trust yourself, and things will work out as they should and as they need to in time. Again, very weird situation we're in right now, but appreciate you all. Thank you for taking the time to watch and or listen to this here show. I love doing this show. Got a long time of doing the show, man, and I love it every single time I do it. This is a passion project for me for all these years. So I always go into it as the goofball that I am and just have a good time, not caring about whatever happens. Just recording as we go, man. So appreciate you all. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, week, month, year. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Remember, you matter, man. Give yourself some peace. Give yourself some love. And we'll be back with another review later this week, man. And more stuff to talk about throughout the year. Halloween Horror Nights coming up. We're going to talk about that. I want to talk about theme park stuff, movie stuff, all kinds of stuff. All right, I'm out of here.